volcanical dome, leaving the cold, unforgiving city to find a new home. Condensation dripping from the gigantic fern leaves, a spectacular environment that my spirit receives. Orchids blooming brilliantly in the artificial moonlight, creating an absolutely stunning, colorful sight. Taking off my sandals to feel the damp, rich soil, escaping entirely from the metropolitan turmoil. The humidity is rising inside this giant terrarium, a beautifully preserved botanical aquarium. We cultivate the rhythm underneath the glass ceiling, experiencing a completely natural euphoric feeling. The bass frequency makes the massive palm trees shake, a magnificent vibration that we successfully make. Roots digging deeply into the cultivated dark dirt, healing every single accumulated psychological hurt. The temperature is perfectly regulated in this space, a highly secretive, beautifully overgrown place. Flora and fauna responding to the heavy dub beats, creating an undeniable, exceptionally sticky heat. Dancing wildly upon the tropical floor, opening up a leafy, magnificent green door. Oh, 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 yeah. A jungle oasis hidden completely out of sight, celebrating nature throughout the entire night. Tropical floor, a greenhouse of pure perfection, a spectacular biological deep connection. Vines wrapping securely around the steel structural beams, fulfilling the most ambitious agricultural dreams. The subwoofer is disguised as a hollowed out log, pumping the music through the thick artificial fog. We are the gardeners of the auditory, every sound planting the musical seeds deeply into the ground. The canopy catches the echoes bouncing from below, watching the bioluminescent mushrooms softly glow. Petals opening up to receive the acoustic vibration, a beautifully localized environmental salvation. My dress sweeps across the mossy emerald green, the most magnificent garden I have ever seen. Oxygen levels are incredibly, exceptionally high. Looking through the glass at the distant starry sky, we are dancing in a perfectly sealed ecosystem, extracting the beauty from the complex plant stem. The temperature is perfectly regulated in this space, a highly secretive, beautifully overgrown place. Flora and fauna responding to the heavy dub beat, creating an undeniable, exceptionally sticky heat. Dancing wildly upon the tropical floor, opening up a leafy, magnificent green door. Oh, 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 oh. A jungle oasis hidden completely out of sight, celebrating nature throughout the entire night. Tropical floor, a greenhouse of pure perfection, a spectacular biological deep connection. Let the artificial rain shower upon the crowd, play the organic instruments exceptionally loud. The glass walls protect us from the freezing outside, a magnificent sanctuary where we can safely hide. Humid air, breathe deeply. Roots growing, glass dome. Dancing wildly upon the tropical floor, opening up a leafy, magnificent green door. A jungle oasis hidden completely out of sight, celebrating nature throughout the entire night. Tropical floor, a greenhouse of pure perfection, a spectacular biological deep connection. Watering the plants, greenhouse sleeps, tropical vibes, so lush. sofrito on the old gas stove, creating a delicious aroma in this neighborhood cove. Colorful murals painted vividly on the stucco wall, answering the vibrant cultural festive call. Playing a game of cards upon the folding chair, while a magnificent salsa rhythm fills the air. A melting pot of cultures living side by side, bursting with an incredible, undeniable pride. Rolling up to the corner with the speakers in the trunk, supplying the neighborhood with the island funk, blending the Jamaican bass with the Latin brass, watching the beautiful smiling pedestrians pass, sipping from a coconut, wearing a fedora hat, engaging in a lively multilingual friendly chat. The diaspora uniting on the single busy street, finding a common language in the heavy drum beat. Spices mixing perfectly inside the sonic pot, appreciating the beautiful heritage we got from the Caribbean Sea to the mainland coast. This is the beautiful fusion we love the most. Getting down to the rhythm of the barrio dub, turning the entire sidewalk into a massive club. Trumpets blazing over a phenomenally heavy bass, putting a gigantic smile on everybody's face. Barrio dub, where the cultures beautifully collide, a magnificent roller coaster that we love to ride. Bilingual poetry spoken directly into the mic, delivering the positive messages that we all like. The congas are speaking a deeply ancestral dialect, commanding a massive, undeniable, pure respect. We break the piñata, watching the candy fall, enjoying the spectacular neighborhood ball. No passports required to enter this festive zone, making this cross-cultural territory our own. Ruffled skirts catching the warm evening breeze, dancing with the spectacular, captivating ease. The local mechanic wiping the grease from his hand to join the celebration of this incredible band. Fire hydrants opened up to cool the summer heat, splashing water beautifully all across the street. The rhythm is contagious, infecting everyone here, creating an atmosphere of absolute pure cheer. Spices mixing perfectly inside the sonic pot, appreciating the beautiful heritage we got from the Caribbean Sea to the mainland coast. This is the beautiful fusion we love the most. Getting down to the rhythm of the barrio dub, turning the entire sidewalk into a massive flood. Trumpets blazing over a phenomenally heavy bass, putting a gigantic smile on everybody's face. Barrio dub, where the cultures beautifully collide, a magnificent roller coaster that we love to ride. Uno, dos, tres, let the bass line loudly drop. This neighborhood fiesta's never gonna stop. Baila conmigo, dance with me through the night. Everything in the world feels absolutely right. Move it there, feel the flavor, spicy rhythm, barrio love. Getting down to the rhythm of the barrio dub, turning the entire sidewalk into a massive club. Trumpets blazing over a phenomenally heavy bass, putting a gigantic smile on everybody's face. Barrio dub, where the cultures beautifully collide, a magnificent roller coaster that we love to ride. La familia, one love, bodega closes, sweet dreams. Suspended by a wire from the vaulted museum ceiling, controlling every single nervous emotion I am feeling, avoiding the invisible crisscrossing security lasers. A high-stakes operation executed for the appraisers. The gemstone rests upon a pressure-sensitive scale. There is absolutely no acceptable margin to fail. Slipping the flawless jewel into my velvet pouch, landing entirely silently upon the leather couch. Waiting patiently inside the idling dark speedboat, wearing a black balaclava and a waterproof coat. The harbor water is perfectly still and pitch black, ready to execute the incredibly swift getaway track. Watching the second-hand sweep across my heavy watch, preparing to push the throttle up another notch. She signals from the balcony with a single flashlight. We are pulling off the greatest robbery of the night. The tension is thick enough to easily cut with a knife, risking our freedom, gambling with the dangerous life. But the prize is glittering, reflecting the moonbeam, executing the most lucrative underground scheme. Waiting for the incredibly heavy diamond drop, a massive vibration that they simply cannot stop. The frequency shatters the bulletproof display, stealing the priceless historical artifact away. Diamond drop, a flawless cut and a perfect crime, synchronized beautifully to the reggae time. Navigating the narrow canals, killing the engine hum, disappearing entirely before the police sirens come. Hiding the contraband underneath the wooden deck floor, we have successfully settled the ultimate final score. Babylon investigators searching the empty premises, failing to capture the smartest, stealthiest nemesis. The jewel is safe within the deep underground roots, counting the value of our spectacular stolen loot. We're moving the tactical gear, slipping into an evening gown, the most mysterious, wealthy fugitive in the town. Holding the incredibly heavy stone up to my eye, admiring the facets that reflect the starry sky. We fence the treasure on the international black market, finding the perfect lucrative billionaire target. My heartbeat finally returns to a normal steady pace, leaving absolutely zero evidence inside the place. It's thick enough to easily cut with a knife, risking our freedom, gambling with the dangerous life. But the prize is glittering, reflecting the moonbeam, executing the most lucrative underground scheme. Waiting for the incredibly heavy diamond drop, a massive vibration that they simply cannot stop. The frequency shatters the bulletproof display, stealing the priceless historical artifact away. Diamond drop, a flawless cut in the perfect crime, synchronized beautifully to the reggae time. The clarity of the gem matches the purity of the bass, a flawless performance executed with ultimate grace. We are the invisible thieves of the auditory night, disappearing rapidly into the blinding bright light. Cut the wire, grab the stone, get out. Flawless execution, waiting for the incredibly heavy diamond drop, a massive vibration that they simply cannot stop. The frequency shatters the bulletproof display, stealing the priceless historical artifact away. Diamond drop, a flawless cut and a perfect crime, synchronized beautifully to the reggae time. Clean getaway, no fingerprints. The drop is complete, rich forever. Beneath the towering crane, washing away the societal heavy judgmental stain, painting our cheekbones with the fluorescent bright dye, claiming our territory sky. We are the outcasts, the rejects, the beautifully weird. Exactly the people that the establishment has feared. Forming a brand new clan above the noisy traffic, creating a lifestyle that is incredibly graphic. Hoisting our handmade flag on the television antenna, establishing our own spectacular, exclusive arena. The bloodline is irrelevant, the loyalty is what counts. Weighing the dedication in heavy significant amounts. My brothers and sisters wear the leather and the denim, eradicating the societal highly toxic venom. We speak a slang that only the members understand, building a fortress overlooking the concrete land. A chosen family forged entirely in the urban fire, elevating the collective spectacular energy higher. No biological ties, just a deeply mutual respect. A magnificent community that we fiercely protect. We are the members of the fearless urban tribe, rejecting the incredibly boring, predictable vibe. A nomadic society roaming the high-rise peaks, where the marginalized individual finally speaks. Urban tribe, connected by the incredibly heavy bass, claiming our right for permanent elevated space. Tattoos act as the permanent identifying marks, navigating perfectly through the dangerous dark parts. We share the rations, splitting the loaf for bread, honoring the memories of the brave fallen dead. The council meets around the flaming metal barrel, dressed in a customized spectacular apparel, defending the perimeter from any unwanted intrusion, clearing away the massive metropolitan confusion. Piercings gleaming underneath the helicopter light, we absolutely own the incredibly dangerous night. I am a fierce sister standing completely by your side, filled with an undeniable spectacular tribal pride. We bang the metal pipes against the brick chimney, creating an intimidating, highly aggressive symphony. The rules of the old world do not apply up here. We have completely eradicated the concept of fear. A chosen family forged entirely in the urban fire, elevating the collective spectacular energy higher. No biological ties, just a deeply mutual respect. A magnificent community that we fiercely protect. We are the members of the fearless urban tribe, rejecting the incredibly boring, predictable vibe. A nomadic society roaming the high-rise peaks, where the marginalized individual finally speaks. Urban tribe, connected by the incredibly heavy bass, claiming our rightful permanent elevated space. Blood of the covenant is thicker than the water. Every single son and every single fierce daughter, united by the rhythm, bonded by the deep struggle, surviving the incredibly chaotic daily struggle. We are one, stand together, tribe assemble, hold the rule. We are the members of the fearless urban tribe, rejecting the incredibly boring, predictable vibe. Nomadic society roaming the high-rise peaks, where the marginalized individual finally speaks. Urban tribe, connected by the incredibly heavy bass, claiming our rightful permanent elevated space. Tribe forever, chosen family. We run the night, always together. Strolling down the cobblestones of a surreal boulevard, where reality is fragile and the illusions are hard. jeweler selling glass jars filled with forgotten dreams. Nothing in this bizarre district is exactly what it seems. I trade a silver coin for a potion of lost memories, unlocking the incredibly strange multi-dimensional keys. The sky above is painted a swirling, impossible magenta, wandering blindly into the completely unknown center. Clocks on the brick walls are ticking entirely backward. The gravitational pull is feeling incredibly awkward. Buying a handful of stardust from the merchant tent, wondering exactly where the concept of sanity went. The psychic readers decipher the patterns in the smoke, revealing the cosmic punchline of the universal joke. I am a traveler stuck between the shifting parallel realms, navigating the ship with absolutely no recognizable helms. The architecture bends and twists in the strange twilight, eradicating the boundary between the day and the night. A magical realism heavily dripping from the eaves, gathering the falling glow and supernatural leaves. Getting lost forever down a mystic avenue, discovering a completely different alternate view, where the impossible happens on a daily routine. The most hallucinatory, bizarre ever seen. Mystic Avenue, a tear in the dimensional fabric, experiencing the highly unusual auditory magic. Hey! Lanterns floating upwards without any visible strings, listening to the mutant bird that telepathically sings. The bassline is a snake charmer mesmerizing the mind, leaving the logical, rational explanations far behind. I purchase a map that constantly changes its owning, sitting at the edge of the incredibly terrifying brink. The shopkeepers speak a language of pure ringing bells, trapped inside their beautiful, fascinating, dizzying spell. Mirrors reflecting faces that I have never actually worn, watching a beautiful miniature acoustic galaxy be born. My shadow detaches itself and dances on the brick wall, answering the incredibly strange supernatural call. Drinking the neon elixir that allows me to finally fly, hovering gently beneath the impossible magenta sky. The reggae rhythm warps and bends out of natural shape, providing a magnificent, deeply psychological escape. The architecture bends and twists in the strange twilight, eradicating the boundary between the day and the night. A magical realism heavily dripping from the eaves, gathering the falling glow and supernatural leaves. Getting lost forever down a mystic avenue, discovering a completely different alternate view, where the impossible happens on a daily routine. The most hallucinatory, bizarre ever seen. Mystic Avenue, a tear in the diamond winter park aligned with thick fur, while my memories of the sandy beaches begin to blur. Snow is piling up against the rusted bodega gate, but my internal temperature refuses to accommodate. Buying a spicy Jamaican patty in the freezing cold, keeping the cultural traditions incredibly fiercely bold. The diaspora migrating to the northern concrete maze, bringing the sunshine into the gray depressing days.
Stepping off the elevated train at the Pelham stop, taking the island flavor straight to the very top. My breath is visible in the freezing January air, but I walk with the tropical, undeniable, confident flair. Importing the heavy spices, the flavor, the bland food, changing the entire metropolitan aggressive mood. The intersection of the islands in the northern state, creating a phenomenon that is phenomenally great.
Geographies colliding in a spectacular cultural mash, a beautiful explosion of flavor, a wonderful crash. From the turquoise waters to the gray asphalt street, we bring the undeniable, heavy, ancestral heat. Surviving the winter in the Caribbean Bronx, ignoring the aggressive loud taxi honks. A tropical spirit trapped inside a freezing zone, making this icy territory completely our own. Caribbean Bronx, oh, a fusion of the snow and the sand, building a magnificent empire in a foreign land.
The landlord complains about the volume of the bass, but we are claiming ownership of this rented space. Playing the vintage cassettes to warm up the room, sweeping away the seasonal depressing winter gloom. I wrap a colorful scarf tidy around my frozen neck, paying for my groceries with a highly folded check. The accents mingle in the crowded corner barber shop. This spectacular migration is never gonna stop.
Looking through the icy window at the towering skyline, knowing that this entire massive city will be mine. Braiding my daughter's hair with intricate tight beads, planting the tropical resilient cultural seed. We navigate the subway lines like navigating the sea, proving exactly how incredibly strong we can be. The thermometer plummets, but the rhythm keeps us warm, sheltering each other from the massive snowy storm. Geographies colliding in a spectacular cultural mash, a beautiful explosion of flavor, a wonderful crash. From the turquoise waters to the gray asphalt street, we bring the undeniable, heavy, ancestral heat. Surviving the winter in the Caribbean Bronx, ignoring the aggressive loud taxi honks. A tropical spirit trapped inside a freezing zone, making this icy territory completely our own. Caribbean Bronx, oh, a fusion of the snow and the sand, building a magnificent empire in a foreign land. The palm tree roots can grow through the thick cement. We are highly grateful for the blessings we were sent. Two different worlds merging into one solid voice, rejoicing beautifully in this geographical choice. Island soul, city streets, stay warm, fusion sound. Surviving the winter in the Caribbean Bronx, ignoring the aggressive loud taxi honks. A tropical spirit trapped inside a freezing zone, making this icy territory completely our own. Caribbean Bronx, oh, a fusion of the snow and the sand, building a magnificent empire, oh, in a foreign land. Next stop, uptown, keep the fire burning, mind the gap. Yeah, stepping out the luxury, stepping out the luxury. Stepping out the luxury, stepping out, yeah. Stepping out the luxury vehicle in an immersive gown, ready to completely shut this underground dance all down. Diamonds dripping heavily from my manicured fingertips. A confident, unapologetic smile resting on my lips. The rude boys part like the Red Sea when I walk through, showing exactly what a determined, powerful queen can do. I grab the golden microphone from the incredibly sturdy stand, taking absolute control of this entire massive land.
The operator pulls up the track to show maximum respect, witnessing a royalty that you simply did not expect. She brings the haute couture directly into the gritty dirt, healing the massive crowd of every single painful hurt. Her vocal runs are smooth like highly expensive hay drum, commanding the attention of the aggressive heavy drum. I spin the exclusive dub plate entirely in her honor, recognizing the spectacular, undeniable grace upon her. Elegance and the extreme grip colliding on the stage, writing a phenomenally glamorous historical page. Unbothered, unmatched, entirely in a different class, shattering the ceiling made of patriarchal glass. Bow down to the undeniable, fierce diva dub, the undisputed monarch of this underground club, mixing the high fashion with the raw heavy sound, the most spectacular royalty to ever be found. Diva dub, demanding absolute uncompromised space, ruling the dance hall, oh, with a terrifying, beautiful grace. Rival sound systems try to initiate a massive clash, but she reduces their arguments to absolute burnt ash. Just one lingering, spectacular, highly melodic note cuts directly through their defense, straight to the throat. The speakers are smoking, the amplifiers are entirely blown, because she refuses to abdicate her magnificent throne. A flawless combination of the street and the extreme luxury, defeating her opponents with absolute pure wizardry. My stilettos remain perfectly spotless in the muddy yard, playing my ultimate winning, completely dominant card. The delay effect multiplies the power of my sweet voice, leaving the mesmerized audience absolutely no choice. I dictate the tempo with the pick of my jewel wrist, adding a sophisticated, unexpected, phenomenal twist. They thought I was too delicate to handle the heavy bass, but I threw their underestimation right back in their face. Elegance and the extreme grit colliding on the stage, writing a phenomenally glamorous historical page. Unbothered, unmatched, entirely in a different class, shattering the ceiling made of patriarchal glass. Bow down to the undeniable, fierce diva dub, the undisputed monarch of this underground club, mixing the high fashion with the raw heavy sound, the most spectacular royalty to ever be found. Diva dub, demanding absolute uncompromised space, ruling the dance hall with a terrifying, beautiful grace. The crown is incredibly heavy, but she wears it with ease, bringing the biggest, toughest challengers down to their knees. A masterpiece of attitude, a portrait of supreme confidence, shattering the boundaries of the typical expected existence. Queen arrives, make way, flawless victory. Hear me echo. Bow down to the undeniable, fierce diva dub, the undisputed monarch of this underground club, mixing the high fashion with the raw heavy sound, the most spectacular royalty to ever be found. Diva dub, demanding absolute uncompromised space, ruling the dance hall, oh, with a terrifying, beautiful grace. The queen departs, spotlight off, legendary night, long live the diva. Hmm. Hmm.
putting my courage to the ultimate extreme test.
I take a deep breath and I step off the edge, honoring the crazy adrenaline-fueled pledge. Plummeting downward, cutting through the freezing clouds, screaming out my exhilaration absolutely loud. Terminal velocity ripping against my face, a magnificent, terrifying, spectacular race. No strings attached, leaving the heavy burdens behind. A total liberation of the body and the mind.
Spreading my arms wide, simulating a flying bird. The most peaceful silence that I have ever heard. Gravity is the teacher, I am the willing student, being reckless and entirely wonderfully imprudent. Aerodynamic diving, slicing the atmosphere, eradicating absolutely every single fear. The altimeter ticking, measuring the descent, a beautiful fraction of time, incredibly well spent. Experiencing the freedom drop, a vertical flight, a daytime phenomenon that feels exceptionally bright. Trusting the parachute, embracing the massive fall, entering the extreme, adventurous, daring call. Freedom drop, completely untethered and unchained, a miraculous memory that is permanently engraved.
Rolling over on my back, staring at the blue, seeing the entire hemisphere from a different view. The topography below looks like a painted map, escaping from the ordinary, predictable trap. I pull the ripcord firmly, feeling the sudden jerk, watching the nylon canopy perfectly do its work. Transitioning from a bullet to a floating leaf, experiencing a massive, overwhelming relief.
Gliding in spirals over the majestic terrain, washing away the stress, erasing the mental stain. The parachute catches the thermal updraft breeze, floating gracefully directly over the forest trees. Steering the toggles, navigating the open air, hanging suspended by a harness, completely aware. The landing zone approaches, getting rapidly close, taking in the maximum exhilarating dose. Aerodynamic diving, slicing the atmosphere, eradicating absolutely every single fear. The altimeter ticking, measuring the descent, a beautiful fraction of time, incredibly well spent. Experiencing the freedom drop, a vertical flight, a daytime phenomenon that feels exceptionally bright. Trusting the parachute, embracing the massive fall, entering the extreme, adventurous, daring call. Freedom drop, completely untethered and unchained, a miraculous memory that is permanently engraved.
Feet touching the grass, bending the shaky knees,
Surviving the ultimate jump with spectacular ease.
unbuckling the helmet,
Gathering the tangled cords, receiving the greatest of all invisible rewards. Floating down, so peaceful, like a feather touch the ground. Oh, experiencing the freedom drop, a vertical flight, a daytime phenomenon that feels exceptionally bright. Trusting the parachute, embracing the massive fall, answering the extreme, adventurous, daring call. Freedom drop, completely untethered and unchained, a miraculous memory that is permanently ingrained. Safe landing, look at the sky. We flew today, totally free. Sunlight reflecting off the zinc rooftops. The daily commotion motion finally peacefully stops. Walking through the yard, smelling the cooking fire, watching the amber sun slowly, gracefully retire. Children playing marbles in the dusty red dirt, wearing a hand-me-down, beautifully colorful shirt. Evening breeze arrive, cooling the tropical heat, making the atmosphere incredibly, perfectly sweet.
Sitting on the wooden porch, tuning up the strings, listening closely to the bird as he proudly sings. Elders sharing stories from a century ago, passers by moving gracefully, wonderfully slow. A kerosene lantern illuminates the peeling paint. Every single neighbor acts like a humble saint. History is etched into the cracks of the wall, answering the ancestral genealogical call. Twilight descends upon the legendary neighborhood, understanding the culture fundamentally understood. Shadows lengthening across the cobblestone street, creating a picturesque, exceptionally calm retreat. Basking in the warmth of the trench town glow, where the rivers of memory continually flow. Golden hour painting a magnificent, vivid scene, the most beautiful sunset that has ever been. Trench town glow, an aura of majestic pride, a spectacular feeling you simply cannot hide. Sharing a cup of porridge from the aluminum pot, appreciating deeply everything that we have got. Dogs sleeping lazily underneath the mango tree. This is the absolute definition of being truly free. Poverty might exist, but the spirit is extremely rich, stitching up the community without missing a stitch. Guitars harmonizing with the distant rolling tide, walking with my brethren, stepping side by side.
Fireflies appearing as the dust turns to black, carrying the heritage proudly upon my back. Singing a lullaby to put the baby to sleep, making a solemn promise that I intend to keep. Hanging laundry, drying upon the thin wire line. Everything around me feels incredibly divine. Simplicity is the greatest treasure we possess, living in a state of absolute pure blessedness. Twilight descends upon the legendary neighborhood, understanding the culture fundamentally understood. Shadows lengthening across the cobblestone street, creating a picturesque, exceptionally calm retreat. Basking in the warmth of the trench town glow, where the rivers of memory continually flow. Golden hour painting a magnificent, vivid scene, the most beautiful sunset that has ever been. Trench town glow, an aura of majestic pride, a spectacular feeling you simply cannot hide. Stars multiply across the canopy above, blanketing the village with the spectacular love. The night is a canvas, the village is the art, illuminated by the fire of a unified heart. Golden twilight, peaceful yard, yeah. Rest your head, beautiful evening. Basking in the warmth of the trench town glow, where the rivers of memory continually flow. Golden hour painting a magnificent, vivid scene, the most beautiful sunset that has ever been. Trench town glow, an aura of majestic pride, a spectacular feeling you simply cannot hide. Lanterns flickering, sun that sets, sleeper village, roots and culture. fighting a highly advanced technological brutal war. My cybernetic implants glow in a dangerous bright red, uploading the combat sequence directly into my head. Hacking the mainframe to disable the security drone, operating independently in this hostile combat zone. Sparks raining down from the shafted ceiling light, navigating the battlefield with artificial sight.
Commander of the resistance, holding the front line, defending the territory by an intricate design, charging the plasma batteries to maximum capacity, fighting the artificial intelligence with ferocity. Subwoofers weaponized to emit a localized shock, shattering the heavily reinforced titanium lock. We are the glitch inside their perfect logical code, walking down this highly explosive, dangerous road. Voltage increasing, the meters are reading extreme, waking up violently from the simulated dream, overloading the circuitry, watching the system fry, refusing to surrender, refusing to ever comply, battling fiercely inside the electric trench, ignoring the burning terrible chemical sense. A high-frequency warfare testing our ultimate might, illuminating the darkness with the terrifying lights. Electric trench, where the gigabytes violently clash, turning the robotic empire into absolute trash. Deploying the electromagnetic, devastating pulse, sensing the enemy, calculating our sudden results. The base frequency acts as a heavily armored tank, crushing the enemy soldiers in their metallic ranks.
Wire cutters snapping the optical fiber cables, turning the entirely rigged disadvantageous tables. Megahertz screaming loudly through the atmosphere, eradicating any lingering biological fear. Rerouting the power grid to overload the core, demanding absolutely unconditionally so much more. My keyboard is a weapon, my fingers are the ammunition, fulfilling the terrifying revolutionary mission. Static electricity making my hair stand up straight, approaching the terrifying final boss gate, synthesizing a virus to permanently delete their files, leaving them ruined across 1,000 miles. Voltage increasing, the meters are reading extreme, waking up violently from the simulated dream, overloading the circuitry, watching the system fry, refusing to surrender, refusing to ever comply, battling fiercely inside the electric trench, ignoring the burning terrible chemical stench. A high-frequency warfare testing our ultimate might, illuminating the darkness with the terrifying lights. Electric trench, where the gigabytes violently clash, turning the robotic empire into absolute trash.
Warning alarms blaring, the countdown as we go.
We will not stop fighting until the war is won.
Short circuit the oppressors, sever the main feed. This digital rebellion is exactly what we need.
System critical,
Overload,
shock the system,
power surge,
battling fiercely inside the electric trench, ignoring the burning terrible chemical stench. A high-frequency warfare testing our ultimate might, illuminating the darkness with the terrifying light. Electric trench, where the gigabytes violently clash, turning the robotic eastern sky, watching the chaotic busy afternoon gracefully die. Sitting peacefully upon the weathered wooden stoop, eating a warm bowl of my grandmother's hearty soup. The oppressive ultraviolet rays finally begin to fade, offering the neighborhood a much-needed cooling shade. Silhouettes elongating across the cracked pavement, enjoying this beautiful, tranquil urban arrangement.
Packing up the folding chairs from the front lawn, waiting for the spectacular twilight to be drawn. The work boots are removed, resting by the door. Nobody is demanding anything incredibly stressful anymore.
The breeze carries the scent of the blooming jasmine, washing away the exhaustion of where we have been. Neighbors waving politely from their open window frames, forgetting the competitive, exhausting daily games. Daytime surrenders beautifully to the incoming dusk, leaving behind the complicated, heavy daytime husk. The horizon swallows the massive glowing orange sphere, replacing the anxiety with a comfortable atmosphere. Relaxing quietly upon the peaceful sunset block, ignoring the aggressive ticking of the stressful clock. A magnificent transition from the light into the dark, finding a sanctuary right outside the local park. Sunset block, where the weary souls finally rest, feeling overwhelmingly, profoundly, safely blessed.
Fireflies beginning to blink in the overgrown grass, watching the occasional slow-moving vehicle pass. The tempo of the street drops to a comfortable crawl, answering the gentle nocturnal melodic call. I strum the acoustic strings with a delicate touch, because right now we do not really need very much. The temperature drops, bringing a magnificent chill. Everything around me is exceptionally beautifully still.
Street lights bathing the avenue in an amber hue, a magical moment shared exclusively between us two. The stray cats curling up beside the grocery store. The chaotic city traffic is a distant muted roar. I rest my tired head against your comfortable shoulder, feeling completely secure as the evening gets colder. This specific hour is a magnificent visual poetry, a spectacular display of neighborhood symmetry. Daytime surrenders beautifully to the incoming dusk, leaving behind the complicated, heavy daytime husk. The horizon swallows the massive glowing orange sphere, replacing the anxiety with the comfortable atmosphere. Relaxing quietly upon the peaceful sunset block, ignoring the aggressive ticking of the stressful clock. A magnificent transition from the light into the dark, finding a sanctuary right outside the local park. Sunset block, where the weary souls finally rest, feeling overwhelmingly, profoundly, safely blessed.
Let the twilight
Wrap us in a comforting soft blanket.
We are incredibly grateful,
And we sincerely thank it. The stars begin to poke through the indigo ceiling, amplifying this wonderful, affectionate feeling. Sun goes down, shadows stretch, quiet evening. Rest your eyes, rest your eyes. Relaxing quietly upon the peaceful sunset block, ignoring the aggressive ticking of the stressful clock. A magnificent transition from the light into the dark, finding a sanctuary right outside the local park. Sunset block, where the weary souls finally rest, feeling overwhelmingly, profoundly, safely blessed. Good night, Avenue, sleep well. The stars are our peaceful block. Stepping into the massive glass botanical dome, leaving the cold, unforgiving city to find a new home. Condensation dripping from the gigantic fern leaves, a spectacular environment that my spirit receives. Orchids blooming brilliantly in the artificial moonlight, creating an absolutely stunning, colorful sight. Taking off my sandals to feel the damp, rich soil, escaping entirely from the metropolitan turmoil.
Hey, the humidity is rising inside this giant terrarium, a beautifully preserved botanical aquarium. We cultivate the rhythm underneath the glass ceiling, experiencing a completely natural euphoric feeling. The bass frequency makes the massive palm trees shake, a magnificent vibration that we successfully make. Roots digging deeply into the cultivated dark dirt, healing every single accumulated psychological hurt. The temperature is perfectly regulated in this space, a highly secretive, beautifully overgrown place. Flora and fauna responding to the heavy dub beat, creating an undeniable, exceptionally sticky heat. Dancing wildly upon the tropical floor, opening up a leafy, magnificent green door. A jungle oasis hidden completely out of sight, celebrating nature throughout the entire night. Tropical floor, a greenhouse of pure perfection, a spectacular, biological, deep connection. Vines wrapping securely around the steel structural beams, fulfilling the most ambitious agricultural dreams. The subwoofer is disguised as a hollowed out log, pumping the music through the thick artificial fog. We are the gardeners of the auditory heavy sound, planting the musical seeds deeply into the ground. The canopy catches the echoes bouncing from below, watching the bioluminescent mushrooms softly glow.
Petals opening up to receive the acoustic vibration, a beautifully localized environmental salvation. My dress sweeps across the mossy emerald green, the most magnificent garden I have ever seen. Oxygen levels are incredibly, exceptionally high. Looking through the glass at the distant starry sky, we are dancing in a perfectly sealed ecosystem, extracting the beauty from the complex plant stem. The temperature is perfectly regulated in this space, a highly secretive, beautifully overgrown place. Flora and fauna responding to the heavy dub beat, creating an undeniable, exceptionally sticky heat. Dancing wildly upon the tropical floor, opening up a leafy, magnificent green door. A jungle oasis hidden completely out of sight, celebrating nature throughout the entire night. Tropical floor, a greenhouse of pure perfection, a spectacular, biological, deep connection. Let the artificial rain shower upon the crowd, play the organic instruments exceptionally loud. The glass walls protect us from the freezing outside, a magnificent sanctuary where we can safely hide. Humid air, breathe deeply, roots growing, glass stone, dancing wildly upon the tropical floor, opening up a leafy, magnificent green door. A jungle oasis hidden completely out of sight, celebrating nature throughout the entire night. Tropical floor, a greenhouse of pure perfection, a spectacular, biological, deep connection. Watering the plants, greenhouse sleeps, tropical vibes, so lush. Stepping into the massive. asphalt into a global catwalk, giving the international fashion magazines a reason to talk. Strutting past the zinc fences and design, custom couture. My posture is intimidating, my attitude is incredibly pure.
The paparazzi chasing me down the bustling Island Avenue, capturing the fascinating, highly contrasting, striking view, balancing perfectly upon the 6-inch needle-thin spike, commanding the aesthetic attention that I absolutely like.
The capital city acts as a spectacular gritty back, watching incredibly glamorous, unexpected photo drop. She poses fiercely in front of the local neighborhood stall, ignoring the traditional, conservative, predictable protocol. The flashbulbs illuminate the cracks in the old pavement, a magnificent escape from the typical studio enslavement. The subwoofers act as the metronome for her flawless stride, filling the local residents with a massive, undeniable pride. High fashion collides with the foundational deep roots, trading the typical comeback gear for the stylish boots. The runway stretches across the entire historical town, refusing to let the intense tropical humidity drag us down. Strutting fiercely in the towering Kingston heels, showing the entire world exactly how the island feels. A glamorous invasion of the authentic rugged street, moving elegantly to the heavy, uncompromising beat. Kingston heels, a portrait of magnificent contrast, building a stylish legacy that is guaranteed to last.
The local sound clash is the after party for the runway show, showing the international models exactly where to properly go. Vogue magazine editors mixing with the underground crew, discovering a perspective that is entirely vibrantly new. I DJ the event, matching her incredible visual aesthetic, creating an atmosphere that is undeniably fiercely kinetic. The Jamaican breeze catches the train of her expensive dress, a flawless exhibition of undeniable cultural success.
Striking a dramatic pose against the rusted iron gate, dictating the incredibly fast, highly demanding fashion rate. My accessories are as loud as the massive vibrating bass, claiming absolute ownership of this beautiful island space. The juxtaposition is the brilliant, highly calculated art, capturing the rhythm of the capital's beating heart. I pause at the intersection, letting the cameras rapid fire, elevating the standard of beauty significantly, intensely higher. High fashion collides with the foundational deep roots, trading the typical combat gear for the stylish boots. The runway stretches across the entire historical town, refusing to let the intense tropical humidity drag us down. Strutting fiercely in the towering Kingston hills, showing the entire world exactly how the island feels. A glamorous invasion of the authentic rugged street, moving elegantly to the heavy, uncompromising beat. Kingston hills, a portrait of magnificent contrast, building a stylish legacy that is guaranteed.
So the last,
This concrete is a highly demanding, unforgiving stage,
but we are riding the spectacular, revolutionary pace.
elegance in the authentic street, credibility aligned,
Perfectly executed vision,
visually stunning, brilliant design. Strike a pose, fierce walk, turn the corner, capture the shot. Strutting fiercely in the towering Kingston heels, showing the entire world exactly how the island feels. A glamorous invasion of the authentic rugged street, moving elegantly to the heavy, uncompromising beat. Kingston heels, a portrait of magnificent contrast, building a stylish legacy that is guaranteed to last. Runway cleared,
that's a wrap.
island glamour.
Keep strutting.
incredibly fiery, refusing to politely smile for the high society, embracing my wonderfully complex notoriety.
They tried to lock me inside a golden bird cage, but I easily escaped from the theatrical stage, running barefoot through the untamed wilderness, leaving behind the polite, expected tenderness. A lone wolf howling at the midnight lunar phase, rejecting the incredibly boring, predictable maze, trusting the internal compass, ignoring the map, dodging the clever, manipulative societal trap,
writing my own definitive, spectacular destiny, refusing to participate in the fake festivity, hunting for the absolute, terrifying truth, preserving the rebellious nature of my youth, swimming vigorously against the mainstream current, becoming a powerful, undeniable deterrent, unapologetic, fierce, and dangerously proud, standing out visibly from the brainwashed crowd, possessing a magnificent, untamed, rebel heart, tearing the restrictive tradition and rules apart, a rogue spirit refusing to ever settle down, the most dangerous outcast in the entire town. Rebel heart pumping with fierce independence, fighting back against the authoritative sentence.
Crossing the strictly forbidden geographical borders, disobeying the hypocritical, ridiculous orders. My pulse is dictated by instinct, not by a clock, breaking the incredibly heavy psychological lock,
Walking the completely complicated, risky path, enduring the jealous, unpredictable, bitter wrath. I am the captain of this incredibly fragile ship, refusing to ever lose my determined tight grip, throwing away the expected boring blueprint, leaving a totally unique, unforgettable fingerprint, painting entirely outside the designated lines, ignoring the confusing, contradictory signs. The armor I wear is forged from pure defiance, operating without any corporate fake alliance, finding immense joy inside the beautiful chaos, regardless of the potential temporary loss, swimming vigorously against the mainstream current, becoming a powerful, undeniable deterrent, unapologetic, fierce, and dangerously proud, standing out visibly from the brainwashed crowd, possessing a magnificent, untamed, rebel heart, tearing the restrictive tradition, the rules apart, a rogue spirit refusing to ever settle down, the most dangerous outcast in the entire town. Rebel heart pumping with fierce independence, fighting back against the authoritative sentence.
Do not try to tame the wild, roaming beast. We are starving at the superficial, fake feast. Freedom is a highly expensive, necessary cost,
But those who wander are never truly lost. Untamed,
unchained,
no rule,
just instinct.
possessing a magnificent, untamed, rebel heart, tearing the restrictive tradition, the rules apart, a rogue spirit refusing to ever settle down, the most dangerous outcast in the entire town. Rebel heart pumping with fierce independence, fighting back against the authoritative sentence. Each strong, never conform, stay wide, forever rogue. reef above the raging foam, singing an intoxicating melody to guide the sailors home. My voice is a deceptive weapon wrapped in velvet lace, luring the massive galleons into this treacherous place. Silver scale shimmering underneath the cloudy moonlight, promising a beautiful, romantic, unforgettable night. The frequencies are designed to entirely paralyze, masking the deadly intentions hidden in my eyes.
Gripping the wooden helm tightly with my calloused hands, navigating blindly toward the undocumented lands. The compass needle spinning wildly, completely out of control. The mysterious chanting taking a heavy psychological toll. Fog descending, quickly blinding the frantic crew. We are helplessly drawn directly, magnetically to you. The radar is malfunctioning, the charts are entirely wrong, surrendering my vessel to the captivating mythical song. The ocean tide pulls with an undeniable tragic force, deviating completely from the designated safe course. A terrifying beauty rising from the salty deep, putting the weary mariners into an eternal sleep. Hypnotized thoroughly by the dangerous siren skank, watching the majestic ship as it inevitably sank. A lethal combination of the melody and the reed, bringing an overwhelming, beautiful, aquatic breeze. Siren skank, echoing across the stormy, dark bay, stealing the brave navigators permanently away. Warning flares shooting upward into the pitch black, but there is absolutely zero possibility of turning back. The wooden hull splintering against the hidden stone, leaving me entirely, desperately freezing and alone. Water rushing rapidly into the lower flooding deck, standing at the epicenter of a catastrophic wreck. Yet I cannot stop listening to the mesmerizing tune, drowning in the acoustics beneath the pale moon. Collecting the sunken treasure scattered on the floor, adding another ruined captain to my massive score. My underwater kingdom thrives upon the human demise, a predatory predator wearing a spectacular disguise, breathing the liquid oxygen, swimming effortlessly free. I am the undisputed, gorgeous monarch of the sea. The dub siren wails again, signaling the next attack, waiting patiently for the next armada to unpack. The ocean tide pulls with an undeniable tragic force, deviating completely from the designated safe course. A terrifying beauty rising from the salty deep, putting the weary mariners into an eternal sleep. Hypnotized thoroughly by the dangerous siren skank, watching the majestic ship as it inevitably sank. A lethal combination of the melody and the reef, bringing an overwhelming, beautiful, aquatic breeze. Siren skank, echoing across the stormy, dark bay, stealing the brave navigators permanently away. No lifeboat can rescue you from this auditory spell,
Descending rapidly into the watery, beautiful hell.
the melody is a beautiful, invisible titan loose.
There is entirely no possibility of calling a truce. Going under, hold your breath, the siren calls. Deep abyss, hypnotized thoroughly by the dangerous siren skank, watching the majestic ship as it inevitably sank. A lethal combination of the melody and the reef, bringing an overwhelming, beautiful, aquatic breeze. Siren skank, echoing across the stormy, dark bay, stealing the brave navigators permanently away. Shipwrecked ocean floor, the song remains. Beware the rocks. classified secret note. Slipping through the back door of the underground casino, wearing a dark disguise, sipping a dry cappuccino. The target is seated quietly at the baccarat table. I am executing the mission precisely, completely able. Hiding the encrypted microchip inside my ruby lipstick. Moving with the agility of a trained silent mystic. Sitting in the idling getaway vehicle across the street, monitoring the surveillance audio from the driver's seat. The wipers are swishing back and forth in the heavy rain, calculating the escape route inside my tactical brain. Checking the loaded revolver resting in the glove box, waiting for the precise moment when she breaks the locks. The shadows provide a perfect impenetrable cover, operating covertly as a dangerous underground lover. The espionage is synchronized to the ticking of the clock, picking the complicated mechanism of the heavy padlock. Danger is a beautiful, terrifying, thrilling game, leaving no fingerprints, revealing no actual name. Moving stealthily to the midnight rhythm, hiding the evidence right before we rid them. A clandestine operation executed in the dark, leaving entirely no trace, making absolutely no mark. Midnight rhythm, a highly secretive, dangerous groove, carefully calculating every single risky move. Searchlights sweeping quickly across the wet alleyway. We have to vanish completely before the break of day. She jumps into the passenger seat, completely out of breath, narrowly escaping an encounter with immediate death. I press the accelerator, burning the rubber tires, dodging the barricades and the tangled barbed wires. The syndicate is furiously chasing us down the boulevard, but we played our absolute winning final card. Looking in the rearview mirror at the fading red light, surviving another one of these unpredictable nights. The briefcase is secured firmly underneath my feet. The victory is tasting dangerously, incredibly sweet. I peel off the wig, letting my natural hair fall down. We are the most wanted fugitives in this entire town. The adrenaline is pumping wildly through my veins, breaking free completely from their authoritative chains. The espionage is synchronized to the ticking of the clock, picking the complicated mechanism of the heavy padlock. Danger is a beautiful, terrifying, thrilling game, leaving no fingerprints, revealing no actual name. Moving stealthily to the midnight rhythm, hiding the evidence right before we rid them. A clandestine operation executed in the dark, leaving entirely no trace, making absolutely no mark. Midnight rhythm, a highly secretive, dangerous groove, carefully calculating every single risky move. The rendezvous point is located beneath the old bridge, hiding over the documents on the foggy cold ridge. Mission accomplished, the payment is securely made, fading back gracefully into the protective deep shade. Target secure, stay low, don't make a sound, don't make a sound. We're in the clear, moving stealthily to the midnight rhythm, hiding the evidence right before we rid them. A clandestine operation executed in the dark, leaving entirely no trace, making absolutely no mark. Midnight rhythm, a highly secretive, dangerous groove, carefully calculating every single risky move. Mission complete, disappear into the shadows. Until next time.